Hey guys, today on People Now, the Patriots win in the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever, and it's a family affair for Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen.
And all kinds of reactions to Adam Levine taking off his shirt during the halftime show. We'll discuss the new Nipplegate.
Why is LeBron James wishing that he was in this Super Bowl commercial? We're going to show you his reaction.
Sad news today of the death of Young and the Restless star Kristoff St. John. Details coming up.
And also today, This Is Us star Mandy Moore here live getting real about maintaining wellness with a demanding schedule.
And the Botched Doctors, Terry Dubrow and Nassif join us with all the behind-the-scenes action this season.
Live today on People Now. Let's go. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to People Now. Great to see you. Tom Brady, the New England Patriots, they won their 6th Super Bowl in a historical yet uneventful game in Atlanta. But hey, let's show some excitement and cheers for that Super Bowl.
Still football, still
it's
fun.
Still football, still fun. Maybe more excitement in this studio right now than there was throughout the entire game. I don't know. Patriots defeated the LA Rams 13-3 in the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever. Things got slightly more exciting during the halftime show. Maroon 5 took the stage, led by frontman Adam Levine. They mixed it up with old songs, some new songs. There was some nostalgia, some attempts at hype. They were joined on stage by Travis Scott and Big Boy as well. That's not exactly what's trending today. What's trending today is Adam Levine going shirtless. We're talking all about that in just a little bit. Maroon 5 knew they would be talked about, and so after the performance, they shared some photos on Instagram thanking their fans for all the support and their critics for, quote, always pushing us to do better. The band was criticized for accepting the invitation to perform at the Super Bowl, with some fans calling for them to forego the event in support of Colin Kaepernick, the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback who started the hashtag Take a Knee movement to protest racial injustices. Don't go anywhere, guys, because we are going to be talking about that shirtless moments while Levine saying moves like Jagger. Lots of strong opinions on Nipplegate, the new Nipplegate. It's happening, and that's coming up.
Now I can't stop looking at his nipple.
In spite of all that artwork, that's what we're looking at. Anyway, there's more controversy where that came from. Aside from Adam's shirtless performance, viewers were pretty amused by the shirt that he was wearing before he actually took it off. Look at the tank, all right? The pattern there is what is getting people's attention. Some Twitter users thought it looked like a couch or a throw pillow fabric.
So look, we're gonna have fun with it, right? So be honest, do you own a pillow with a similar design?
A lot of people do.
Should everyone leave poor Adam in a shirt alone? Which I kind of think. It's a shirt, it's fine, I don't know. But vote in our People poll or just tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow.
We're breaking all of this down. We're gonna talk more about that and more checking in on those results a little later. But for now, we move on to this. Of course, along with the Super Bowl comes a lot of commercials. Basketball great LeBron James picked his favorite, tweeting out the new NFL 100 commercial saying, "That was amazing, got me so hyped. I wanted to be in it too. Kudos." We agree, this was maybe the best part of the Super Bowl. The commercial, which hosted a cast of NFL greats including Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Michael Strahan, Joe Montana, to name a few, features an impromptu football game in a black tie affair. Take a look. That's quite a banquet here. Look at this. And it gets completely destroyed. The commercial, which was directed by Lone Survivor and Friday Night Lights director Peter Berg, who's amazing, it's in celebration of the National Football League's 100th season. Now, Berg told The Hollywood Reporter, quote, "When I first got the script, I didn't think it was real. I thought they were joking. They wouldn't be able to get all these football players together." The shoot, which took 3 days in LA, included a revolving door of star-studded athletes. Berg continues saying, quote, "It's crazy. Odell comes in, Saquon goes out, Jim Brown comes in, Joe Montana goes out. They just keep coming, and we just try to keep up." Sounds like a fun day. After launching at Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta, NFL 100 will be a year-long celebration of all things football up until Super Bowl 54 in Miami. Now, the program will include unique experiences, events, and community initiatives meant to honor players, teams, and their fans. Seems like it should be a fun thing leading up to next year. All right, moving on to some sad news to report. Young and the Restless star Kristoff St. John, who's played Neil Winter since 1991, has died. TMZ is reporting that the 52-year-old soap actor was found dead on Sunday after one of his friends went to check on him at his home in the San Fernando Valley. Police and paramedics were reportedly alerted and responded to the house where the actor was pronounced dead on the scene. TMZ is also reporting no sign of foul play. St. John's son Julian died by suicide in 2014 at the age of 24. His mother, St. John's ex-wife Mia, eventually founded a foundation to battle mental illness. They worked together on that. And in 2017, the actor underwent psychiatric treatment after a reported scare regarding his mental health. According to TMZ, he threatened to kill himself with a gun and was placed under a 72-hour 24-hour hold for psychiatric evaluation. At the time, St. John's ex, Mia, blasted reports about his incident, saying that their son's death, quote, has taken a toll on both of us, adding that although the actor may have appeared, quote, whole on the outside, his heart at the time was broken. The pair also share daughter Paris together. St. John's also survived by another daughter, Lola, who he shares with his ex, Alana Nadal. In September of last year, St. John announced his engagement to model Ksenia Mikoleva. We wish all of them the best, and you can stay tuned with more details on that on People.com. Well, Enchanted might have hit theaters back in 2007, but kids and adults still can't get enough of it. I can attest to this. It has the perfect amount of comedy, the Disney magic, plus the love story between Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey. What could be better? But what are our chances for a sequel? Well, back in July of 2018, Adams stopped by The Talk and gave a little update saying that she was absolutely up for it and said, quote, we're working on it, so hopefully. So we told you it was just a little update. But then a few months later in October, Dempsey confirmed to Entertainment Tonight that a team was in the process of writing the music and lyrics, adding, quote, I hope it can live up to what we did originally. That's the important thing. If it happens, then we do it. But when it comes to getting some real answers about Disenchanted, which is how the sequel's listed on IMDb these days, there's no one better to ask than the director himself, Adam Shankman. Shankman also just finished directing the Taraji P. Henson comedy What Men Want. So when People caught up with him to chat about that movie, you know, of course, we had to get an update on Disenchanted as well. Take a look.
Amy and I are really deep in it. The cast is scheduled to come back, the entire cast. It's Idina, Jimmy, Marsden, Patrick, and Amy, and it's a full musical, but we are doing a little bit more work on the script, and we're going to really try to get it done going this year.
This year, you think?
That is the plan. Okay. I can't guarantee it, so you can't quote that, but that is the plan.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things to watch.
Happening.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things to watch with my girls. So make it happen. All right, you have more for us in Star Trek.
I do. We are kicking off Star Trek with the king and queen of Super Bowl 53. Tom Brady celebrated his 6th Super Bowl win with the New England Patriots last night, and his supportive family was right there by his side. The All-Star quarterback got some major love from his wife Gisele Bündchen and their 3 kids as they rushed the field for hugs after his team brought home the win. And Gisele heated things up with a kiss for her hubby of almost 10 years. The celebrations continued when Brady lifted up his daughter Vivian during a post-game interview, who was rocking a bedazzled jersey with his name on it. Super cute. The sporty tot actually wore 2 Brady jerseys on game day. Gisele posted this picture before the game, with Vivian showing some major support for her dad in a different oversized jersey. And by now, of course, Gisele knows the drill when it comes to cheering on her title-winning husband. The model posted another pregame pic on Sunday with the caption, I got your back. Very sweet. Tom decided to get in on the action as well. He posted 2 pictures on Instagram, one group shot of his family and friends on the field before the game, and a selfie with his wife with the caption, family and football, his 2 favorite things. While Travis Scott was performing at the Super Bowl halftime show Sunday night, Kylie Jenner was backstage with their daughter, 1-year-old Stormi, cheering him on. Kylie wore all black. She looks very chic. She accessorized with a gray and black fur coat and a large rock on her left ring finger. So, does it mean what we think it means? I don't know. Rumors have been swirling about Kylie and Travis's relationship status, with many fans speculating about when they'll get engaged, even wondering if it would happen during the halftime show. And after, Kylie posted an Instagram pic of her and Travis cozying up with the caption, baby number 2, ? So, I mean, that kicked off the baby rumors into high gear as well, of course. But a fan cut right to the chase and asked, are you pregnant? Kylie's response was no, LOL. There you go. Both Travis and Kylie have been very open about wanting to marry each other eventually, already referring to each other as wifey and hubby on social media. In an interview with Rolling Stone back in December, Travis confirmed they'd get married soon, but said he'd have to sturdy up and propose in a fire way first. We were waiting. I also think he missed his opportunity.
Can you imagine if that would have happened?
At the Super Bowl, that would have been a fire way.
No way she would have liked that. She would not have wanted that.
She wouldn't have?
No.
Well, the couple has been dating since April of 2017 and welcomed daughter Stormi in February of 2018. They recently celebrated her first birthday together. Well, happy anniversary, Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez. The couple celebrated their 2-year anniversary on Sunday, and J.Lo shared some sweet, intimate moments of her and A-Rod on Twitter, paired it with a sweet caption saying in part, quote, 2 years of fun, 2 years of adventure, of excitement, excitement and growing and learning. She continued saying, "You make my world a more beautiful, safe, and stable place. In the midst of our ever-changing, ever-moving life, you make me like a teenager starting out all over again."
Impossible.
I love that.
Impossibly adorable.
In December, J-Lo opened up to People about her relationship with A-Rod and why it works, telling the magazine, "Everything feels healthy and different. We bring something to each other's lives that is profound, good, and healthy." She also referred to her kids and his kids as her, quote, "purpose for doing everything I do. They're the loves of my life." J-Lo and A-Rod have known each other for years, but sparks started to fly when they ran into each other at a restaurant in Beverly Hills back in 2017. In an interview with Ellen later that year, J-Lo revealed that during their first date, A-Rod headed to the bathroom and sent her a text that read, "You look sexy AF," which I think is hilarious. And of course, the rest is history. Those are your Star Treks for today.
That's my favorite celeb couple dating story.
It's amazing. It's brilliant.
All right, stay with us, guys. We're live with everybody's favorite This Is Us mom, Mandy Moore, talking about their recent SAG Awards win, her wellness campaign, and so much more. Plus, we'll also catch up with the miracle doctors themselves, Terry Dubrow and Paul Nassif. They are taking us behind the scenes of Botched, so stick around for that.
So Twitter has been going crazy over Adam Levine's wild tank top at last night's Super Bowl halftime show. That's what we're talking about. Some people even saying it looked like a pillow. So we'll get to that in a bit. But first, we want to know, do you have a pillow with a similar print? Let's check in on our People poll results so far.
No, leave Adam alone. By
but
far.
43% say that they have it at their mom's house, a pillow like that.
My feed, one of the best things I saw early on, someone posted the pillow, and
it is an odd
was
pattern.
Amazing. Yeah, it's a very weird look. Anyway, whatever. I mean, again, what's the bigger deal, that or him taking his shirt off? We'll find out. Keep voting in our People poll, but now we move on to this.
So Tom Brady's 6th Super Bowl win wasn't the only historic event Sunday night. Los Angeles Rams' Quentin Perrone and Napoleon Jennings became the first male cheerleaders to ever perform at a Super Bowl.
Yep, they're classically trained dancers from California. They first actually made history when they joined the Rams' 40-member squad at the beginning of the 2018 season.
I mean, I love them. I think they had so much fun with it. Obviously, with, nowadays with Twitter and everything, there was some backlash, some hostility, some fans who believe NFL cheerleading should only be for women.
Yeah.
But I disagree.
Overall,
I love that they were
most football fans that I know don't care at all and just think like, oh, great.
And if they're talented enough to make the team, why not?
Right. Absolutely. Now, so Perrone actually spoke out to the LA Times, supporting their families, their fans, and fellow cheerleaders, really helping them get through and kind of be a part of this team in a way that they're excited about.
Yeah, and he said that he got the idea to audition when he was watching the Lakers girls during basketball games, and he thought, why can't I do this?
Right. Hey, as a trained dancer, of course, could do it. Now, the two of them were pretty excited to be part of the big game. After the Rams beat the Saints in the playoffs and were headed to the Super Bowl, both of them tweeted that they'd be cheering at the big game. Obviously, a big moment. We have the tweets, I believe.
Yeah, Napoleon said, 2018 first male cheerleaders in the NFL, 2019 first male cheerleaders dancing at the Super Bowl. I can't breathe.
Quentin said, hey, Napoleon, you think Atlanta's ready for us? We're going to the Super Bowl. In all caps, yelling. Oh
yeah, and the pair had actually been friends from their college days, so this was obviously a really special moment for them.
So the Rams organization, proud to have the men on their cheer squad. The team's chief operating officer told the LA Times that they had done an amazing job throughout the season, so they're all happy for it.
Yeah, I mean, the team has had a history of being inclusive. They had the first post-World War II era NFL team to sign an African-American player, Kenny Washington, in 1946.
All kinds of little fast facts about this team. They also drafted the first openly gay player in 2014, Michael Sam, when the team was still the St. Louis Rams. So they have kind of this history of activism.
Which we love. And I don't know, I think it's great that you had a comment thinking that, maybe women that didn't make the team might be upset.
Well, I wondered, in a different part of this conversation, maybe the women who tried out for that same team that were maybe the next one in line and didn't get the spot because that they got it. But that's the kind of thing that, I mean, who knows? Will we hear from them? It seems like a good thing, though, for inclusivity overall.
Yes.
All right, so Adam Levine of Maroon 5 went shirtless during the halftime show at the Super Bowl. The internet lit up. You probably saw this. While performing his song Moves Like Jagger, Adam took off the tank top. The comments started flooding Twitter. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, at my Super Bowl party, we were just shocked at how many tattoos he had. I didn't realize.
You didn't remember that, yeah.
Sparked that conversation. I mean, a lot of folks, though, were pointing out a double standard here. So Janet Jackson was forced to apologize and was totally blacklisted after a wardrobe malfunction that led to her exposing her bare breast in the halftime show in 2004. We all remember this.
To me, if there's hypocrisy to be had, it's more that JT was welcomed back and she wasn't, more so than Adam Levine having anything to do with that. I mean, I see what people are kind of saying, but that would be more of the hypocritical part.
Well, and then also, Red Hot Chili Peppers actually performed shirtless in 2014. They did not get the reaction that Adam Levine is getting.
It was a different time.
It was. 2014 to now, people are way more vocal now.
Nipplegate's a thing now, or Free the Nipple's a thing now. Those are all these different pieces of the conversation that happened. Now, even Katie Couric, though, got in on the controversy. She tweeted, this halftime show is starting to make me feel uncomfortable or make me uncomfortable.
I didn't think it was that uncomfortable.
I wasn't uncomfortable about him being shirtless. I was uncomfortable by the fact that I was kind of bored. Bored like Jagger.
Well, sports journalist Katie Nolan said, quote, Super Bowl halftime nipple rules feel inconsistent. I mean, you make a point, but then what are you going to have? All women performers performing shirtless too? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a big event, so it's a big platform to kind of make the case for this. Obviously, it's standard, known kind of societal norms that men are shirtless at the beach or whatever, women tend not to be. The Super Bowl's not going to be the place that changes all of that for everyone, I don't think. But anyway, people tweeting out their real feelings about Adam Levine's nipples throughout the entire thing. Here's some more tweets. Watch this. Here we go. Now I have to explain to my children that Adam Levine has nipples. Well, somewhere under all those tats, yeah.
Yeah, I think people are making a big deal of it just because of the Janet Jackson thing. Because I think a man performing shirtless is pretty normal.
That's what most of these were about.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Well, it seems like he also couldn't catch a break on Twitter when it comes to when he was wearing a shirt, because the patterns seem to remind people of drapery and interior design. So people were tweeting about their mom has that pillow.
Yeah, no, a friend of mine that I follow on Facebook showed the pillow that looked up beside the screen. Looked almost just. There we go. That's not the one I tweeted, but that's a very popular. It's the same pattern.
It actually is the same
funny,
pattern.
Right?
Either way, you know what? He got to perform at the Super Bowl.
Why are you wearing my pillow, though?
I, too, have an Adam Levine pillow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good for the designers of those pillows. They're probably going to go through the roof. Anyway, I think there was so much controversy leading up to this. It was a lose-lose.
People were going to have a problem with it no matter what.
Yeah. All right, before we move on, we're going to check in one last time on our People poll to see what you think about the tank top.
People are saying leave Adam alone, so maybe we should. What do you think, Jeremy?
It's a bit of a pile-on right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He did a great job. He performed his songs well. Anyway, that's the result. Keep voting. But we're really excited because we actually have actress Mandy Moore joining us now, which is an amazing way to kick off. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you guys too.
Didn't see the game last night.
I didn't. You guys have been filling me in.
I mean, yeah, we've been letting you know.
Do you get into sports at all? Is it?
I'm not a huge sports
It's hard
fan.
to keep. Same.
Yeah.
Let's just say this, though. Traditionally, Maroon
Yes.
5 fan? The
Sure.
music?
Yeah.
Adam's
We're LA
tank.
boys.
You saw the pictures.
Yeah.
Did you like the pattern?
I mean, a tank top's a tank top.
Okay, there you
I'm
go.
in the leave him alone camp.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about this. You're really here to talk about your new wellness initiative with Nature's Way. Why is this partnership important to you? Wellness in general, why is it
Isn't
such a...
wellness important to all of us?
It should be.
Wellness
Yes.
has always been a priority for me, and self-care in particular, and that's why I'm psyched to partner up with them. I'm a fan of Nature's Way. I mean, vitamins and supplements are a part of my wellness daily routine. So this felt like a no-brainer. It's their 50th anniversary. They've been around for 50 years, and to celebrate, they're actually giving a $50,000 donation to Vitamin Angels, which is an organization that helps combat malnutrition for mothers and children around the world. So
That's really important.
yeah, really
Incredible.
important.
Now, you have such a busy schedule. I mean, you're working tomorrow, so you're getting on a plane.
I am.
Yeah, so how do you maintain this, balanced lifestyle with your demanding schedule?
Goodness, I think that's a big question for all of us these days. I mean, I try to just find balance in my life wherever I can. Like, one of my New Year's intentions was like to drink more water, to stay hydrated, because I know my skin looks better and I sleep better and I have more energy throughout the day. I try to find ways to disconnect and like get off my phone, but I also truthfully do incorporate supplements and vitamins. I take vitamin D every day. I take vitamin C and a multivitamin because I need it for my energy and my stamina. I need to support my immune system.
Right.
So those are things that
I like calling it New Year's intentions. It just takes the pressure off. This is something I like to maybe do.
I'm not into resolutions.
Let's not resolute, let's just intend
Yes.
on better things. Favorite workout routine? There's got to be some gym time going in,
I mean,
right?
sure, yeah, absolutely. I find myself, if I'm not doing something physical a couple times a week, I start to feel a little down. So I try to make that a priority. I'll work out sometimes with a trainer. Sometimes I'll go to a class. I love a cycling class, but I also live in California and we can go hiking year round.
Yeah,
And I'm a
that's
huge
nice.
hiker.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Do you have a favorite healthy recipe or food that's kind of your go-to?
Big fan. I'm a big nut butter fan, so if I can get even just little packets of nut butter to go, I'm a big almond butter over peanut butter or something.
Now, okay, this is the
Is
question.
this a big debate?
No,
There's a thing
it is.
here.
So do you
It's wrong.
prefer crunchy or creamy?
Crunchy.
Yes.
Okay, that's two for crunchy.
I think we pulled ahead now.
No, I think it's even. We've had a lot. I'm team
Yes,
creamy.
I'm
but
so happy.
I'm
whatever.
no crunchy for sure.
Mandy, you and I have a weird riff now that I didn't anticipate. That's fine. We'll move forward.
Okay, sorry about
Hey,
that.
let's talk about this. One of the things when it comes to healthy living and healthy eating especially, is it can be a financial burden for people, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be more challenging to eat healthy for people that don't have the financial means. What do you say to people in that situation and kind of like your advice for making it work even in those situations?
I mean, I think there's ways to like supplement healthy ideas and healthy like options and stuff like that. I mean, I know it's maybe not as readily available to everybody, but I love going to the farmers markets. Way cheaper than going to like a fancy grocery store, and that way I'm able to like load up on things and bulk up like for the entire week.
That's a great idea.
Trying to reach for those fresh vegetables and fruits and whatnot, but also like I'm a big fan of nuts. Great source of energy and protein and keeps you going.
And peanut butter.
And peanut butter and almonds.
Fine.
Yeah.
So bitter.
Yeah.
We love tracking along with you at the award shows. You always look so amazing.
You're
What
sweet.
is your go-to wellness routine or a beauty thing that you do before these shows? Because it's a lot. I feel like it's stressful to always have to be on point.
It's a little bit stressful. I mean, no 2 days sort of look alike, and I'm not somebody that has like a very specific routine. Like, I guess I try to take care of myself as best I can. Like, maybe a couple days leading up to it, I try not to like have any alcohol or have anything like sugar, or I know that's gonna like mess with my digestion or something. But beyond that, I don't know. I'm not too. I don't go too crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like being well rested and just
Moderation.
happy. It just seems like happiness
Right?
shows through. Look at that. I can
Thank you.
honestly, that does feel that's your
Thank
vibe. In spite of your whole peanut butter thing, which I literally can't get over. We met up with you and
Crunchy.
what's that?
Crunchy.
Yeah.
But
all
yeah, anyway.
We met up with you and the cast of This Is Us backstage at the SAG Awards a week ago. You were all elated. Chrissy Metz, your co-star, her reaction was great. Let's take a quick look.
Oh God, I gotta see.
Yeah. Chrissy Metz, how are you feeling?
I cheered like a football crazy mom. If anybody can find footage of that, it's embarrassing.
There's too many of us. We're all trying to be on camera.
It was really
I love
hard
it.
to interview like 20 people.
That was the thing.
And it's like more people just started streaming
coming in.
in.
And they're like, how are you? How are you?
And then I feel like such a mom. I'm like, I want the kids in front and make sure that they're able to answer a question, because like it's always exciting to see you guys or like to be interviewed, but for them it's such a big deal.
You guys were by far the loudest group back there.
yeah.
We were trying to do other interviews. We
I
couldn't.
know,
You guys kept
sorry.
yelling.
I'm
It's
so
fine.
sorry.
But how did you celebrate the rest of the
unprofessional.
night? What did the rest of it look like?
I had to work the next morning, so these award shows are lovely and it's so much fun. And I think just about everybody else went to the after party. Milo and I had to work the next morning, so like we were both waiting for our cars to come pick us up.
Mom and
with our
Dad have
snatches.
work to do.
Mom,
Somebody's got to keep this together.
You kids go party, and they did. But I was literally like at home in pajamas, showered with my night guard in my mouth by like 9 o'clock, ready to go.
It's like it's real life, you
Real
know?
life?
Yeah, we obviously love the entire cast. How have you guys grown as a family now that you are farther into having more seasons of This Is Us?
I mean, it's just, there's no substitute for time. Like we're all super close. We've been through like, these like milestone moments together now. We've celebrated like going to these award shows and people loving the show, and we were at the Super Bowl last year. Like all these crazy things, this journey that we've been on together, you just feel closer.
Is it like a fun thing that you guys do when you're not working? Is there like a routine or some sort of...
Or is it like, can I have my own time for once?
No. I mean, that's why I love going to these shows, because it's like gives us an excuse to all spend time together. Otherwise, just the way that the way we shoot the show, everybody's like so kind of separated in a sense, unless you like have a scene with someone. You don't get to see them as much as you'd like.
So
but we're on a group text, and we're constantly like all sending gifts and.
Who's the most active on the group text?
Chris Sullivan, who plays Toby, is by far the funniest.
I can see him being the funniest.
Always
We've heard that he's
sending a
pretty
gift.
funny,
Yeah.
Sterling's pretty active. Like he's always a really quick response.
Are the kids allowed on this? Or
No,
is it-
it's an adults only.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Here's something. There is a Princess Diaries 3 script potentially out there.
Really?
Could we see Lana back for number 3? Your character.
I mean, I'd like to see her, like, I would like to see life have, like, kicked her down a few pegs.
Okay.
Because she was the bully in school. So if she does come back,
Look at that.
I
Unbelievable.
mean, little baby.
The buff.
I was
the blonde.
16. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I'd like to see her, life has sort of, come full circle for her. And maybe she's a little more humble.
Maybe more well-rounded.
Yeah.
I want to see it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down.
Yeah, let's talk about this. So you recently got married. Congratulations.
Thank
Speaking
you.
about being healthy and everything, what are some tips to feeling healthy on the big wedding day?
Because that's stressful, right?
It actually wasn't stressful.
No?
But maybe that's because our approach was like, we got married in our backyard. We had about 40 people there, so it was pretty intimate. And then we had like a reception, our party afterwards. We invited, a couple more friends. I mean, I think as long as you're surrounded by good people, I'm like looking back at the pictures like, oh, I loved that. I didn't stress out about it too much. Same sort of thing. I think for any big event, most people are like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I get sleep. I'm probably not gonna drink. Like all this sort of easy things that like are easy to. And we talked, we stayed in constant communication with each other. It was really important for us to be present. I really wanted to enjoy the moment. And that was something I just kept thinking about. Like I wanted to take it all in, and I think we did.
I like that, especially when your life these days is probably like big event after big event. You want that to be like not a big event. Let's just have a thing. What was your favorite part of the day, though?
My favorite part was, I have two, and both involve music. My brother-in-law sang as I walked out of our bedroom and like walked down the aisle. He sang this beautiful John Lennon song. And then, because my husband's a musician, he's in a band with his brother. And for our reception, it was really important for us to incorporate music. So we had all of our friends who are musicians, like everybody came up and each sang a song. And then Taylor and I got to sing a song together.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
his dad, who's also a musician, came up and like closed the night out. And like people went wild. So it was pretty epic.
Did Candy come on at the reception or
There was no candy.
Maybe at the reception it would have worked.
Opportunity.
All right, here we go. You want to tee this up?
Oh yeah, so we're gonna play a little game. A little
goodness.
confess sesh. So
Okay.
Last thing, want to know a little bit more about you, so just pick out a piece of paper and read it.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're gonna get all the juicy details.
Okay.
I don't think they're that bad.
If you weren't an actress, what would you be? Oh, you guys, I have no other verifiable skill set. I don't know what I would be. In school, I thought that I wanted to be a journalist.
Okay.
But now I love traveling. I'd love to do some sort of like travel writing or something. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
I can see that.
You can still do it.
All right.
You wanna-
Oh, one more?
Oh, there's more.
Yeah.
Do I do them all?
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Let's see how we go. Let's see how it goes.
What's your ideal date night? My husband and I are kind of foodies, so like a really dynamite restaurant, and then probably going to see some live music.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that a
stay
lot.
up a little past my bedtime.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
like
you
8
saw him
o'clock.
this weekend in New York, so you kind of got that a little bit, right?
I did. Yeah, I went to go see. They had a show in Philly this weekend. I saw it.
Nice.
Fun.
Mandy, thank you for being here.
Thank
So
you.
good to see you guys.
Such a pleasure to see you and to talk to you. Congratulations on the SAG Award win. And you can see more of Mandy on NBC's This Is Us. You may have heard about it. Look out for her New Nature's Way initiative as well. Turns out Michael Bolton is Gaga for Gaga. Did you even know these two were friends?
I didn't, but I love it. So when he stopped by People Now, we talked to him all about their relationship and which one of his songs would be perfect for a Gaga and Bolton duet. Take a look.
There are several things I love about Gaga. I got a call from the record label that said they had signed an artist whose album was about to come out, and her name was Lady Gaga. First time I heard it.
Right.
Lady Gaga? And yes, she's a big fan of yours, and she heard that you're finishing up your album, would like to write with you. And I said, okay, can you send me something so I know what I'm walking into? And they sent me a couple of tracks. The very first one I put on, I was on vacation in California, Just Dance. And I said, this is going to be enormous. I drove into LA and we wrote You Murder My Heart. We got along like so well and laughed and talked music, and I started to give her some kind of guidance. She would ask me something and then she'd finish the sentence. Instinctively, she has all the answers, and I think she knows that. And the next thing I know is, her album takes off, and now she's doing movies, and now she's up for an Oscar.
If there were to be a new duet with you and Gaga doing one of your songs, what song is it?
Tough one. Said I loved you, but I lied, maybe.
Ooh, I want that to happen.
Yeah.
And Michael also said that he noticed early on that Gaga had the necessary work ethic to maintain and continue a great career. Nobody's more dedicated than Gaga. We've
True.
seen that. It's paying off. She's even, of course, nominated for an Academy Award now.
But Michael has his own experience with acting. So I don't know if you remember this. The Jack Sparrow skit is so funny. He collaborated with the Lonely Island Boys for an SNL skit back in 2011, and the thing went viral.
Yeah, we took Michael on a little trip down memory lane to kind of talk about that, the video, its aftermath. Little spoiler here, it includes Justin Bieber. Watch.
I went to Saturday Night Live and I basically found the darkest corner
To just see what happened.
and just to watch how people reacted, and they were laughing at the right times. And then people started walking up to me going, this is going to be huge. And then next morning I came downstairs and my daughter was sitting at the computer and going, you have no idea what's going on here, Dad. Is it good? They love it.
That's really sweet.
So it was really, really sweet. Yeah, and I was really glad. She was like reading me. Justin Bieber was like raving about it. It was like, Justin, what's he doing on there? He loves this video. It's viral. It's insane.
After that moment, I bet he's a cool dad, you know?
All over again.
Michael also talked to us about his plans to do more comedy in the future. Tune into People Now on Friday. We'll have details on that, plus his new album and fragrance.
Guys, in Palm Springs, California in 1992, Jennifer Asbenson was on her way to work the night shift when she missed her bus. Then what unfolded next is the focus of the new episode of People Magazine Investigates, and People senior writer Christine Pelisek explained to us what happened when a young man named Andrew Urdialis offered to give her a ride. Watch this.
You know, he's driving to work, and on the way, he asks her, you know, if she would go out with him for breakfast the following day. She was working a 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift, and so he was like, how about if I, you know, pick you up the next morning and take you for breakfast? And she didn't want to go with him. She just wasn't interested in him. So she lied and told him that she had a boyfriend, and he was like, well, you know, you still have to eat. You know, your boyfriend knows, you know, you should, you know, you can't eat. And so, you know, he kept pressuring her, and she, you know, kept saying no. And then finally, she said, okay, so she actually gave him a fake number. Jennifer finishes work at 6 a.m. and lo and behold, Andrew is waiting for her.
I was already laughing, like, you just don't give up. And he said, come on, I told you I'd be back to bring you to breakfast. I looked at him as a friend that I had just met. So I got in the car.
She said within a couple of blocks, like, absolutely everything changed. He grew quiet. He was talking to her, but then he grew quiet. And then he asked her about the number. And, you know, she couldn't tell right at first if he was angry or not, but then she realized the more she started talking with him, the more angry he became.
Andrew then took Jennifer out to the desert and attacked her. She managed to escape, but Andrew disappeared.
And a few years pass, and across the country in Illinois, the police are finding multiple women murdered and dumped in lakes and rivers when Andrew has a run-in with the police after getting into an argument with a prostitute one night. Watch this.
While the police are trying to sort out what's happening, this woman says, hey, he's into some really kinky stuff. He wanted to take me up to Wolf Lake, and he wanted to simulate that he was raping me.
What she says immediately gets the attention of one of the officers.
Coincidentally, this officer remembered Andrew because a few months beforehand, Andrew was picked up by the police outside, like, sort of hanging around like a prostitution area, and he was picked up on a traffic stop. And when he got picked up, the officer, who was the same officer who spoke to him about the prostitute at this motel, asked him whether he had a gun in his car. And he said he did. So actually the gun was confiscated by the police. And so after Andrew speaks to the detectives about the prostitute at the Hammond, Indiana motel, this detective ends up looking to see, you know, to find out about what happened to that gun that was confiscated.
Intense. So to find out exactly how Andrew is connected to the case, tune into People Magazine Investigates Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
It was October 16th of 2015. I was playing golf that morning. Marlene was asleep, and next to her was our little dog, Zeus. I leaned in to kiss Zeus goodbye, and he startled. And I felt blood. When I got up and I looked in the mirror, I realized they had just taken a whole chunk of my nose off. And I screamed, call 911. We get to the hospital. The doctors said, we're taking you into the operating room. We're going to sew this nose back on. Within a couple hours after reattaching my nose, it started to turn purple.
Oh
Can you
my
imagine?
goodness.
This is my worst nightmare. But week after week, Dr. Terry Dubrow and Dr. Paul Nassif fix failed plastic surgeries. Their fit season is in full swing. They join us now. Hi, guys. Always nice to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, okay, that is intense. And here, you know what sticks out to me? Usually it's different breeds of dogs that get bad raps for attacking. That little pup did that kind of damage to the owner's nose. What was your reaction when you saw that?
First of all, it's always small dogs.
Yeah.
Most of the bites that I take care of in the face, small dogs. And, you know, the bummer about this is that they had to put that dog down.
Really?
Yeah.
And so that's what has been a very emotional thing for this lovely family. And luckily, we were able to take care of him without using that forehead flap.
Right.
So you watch the show, you'll see it. And able to breathe and get his nose looking a lot better, so he's not, so he can move on with that chapter.
Right.
Yeah, what was
Very
your,
emotional for the family.
Yeah, what was your reaction?
My reaction was maybe consider getting a cat next.
Well, first of all, this guy loves cats.
Well, I do too. So there you go.
Guy.
Yeah, they're just more happy to just stay in the other room, aren't they? They're so passive.
The thing about you two is you do these serious surgeries, but you're also so funny. I mean, what is it like when you're fixing someone's nose, you're doing these surgeries? What is the conversation like? Or do you keep it all very serious?
Wait, you mean us together?
Yeah.
Well, we're not, you know, remember, I'm in Beverly Hills, he's Newport Beach. So we usually don't operate together.
But I feel like you got people in your offices that fill the gap for you.
But one thing we don't do, I mean, when we're in surgery, these are very high-risk, intense surgeries. We're not sitting there, you know, joking and having a blast.
Yeah.
Maybe hearing some great music, but that's about it. You know, but it's all the other time. After that day, sometimes I'll get a nice nasty text from him or, something making fun of me usually.
Well, he's a very target-rich environment.
He knows the
I will
insults.
tell you though, 90% of the time though, I do laugh. This guy is a good comedian.
Yeah.
This really is his day job.
Well, it's such a serious subject. You've got to bring some levity into it, right?
Yeah.
And it can, parts of plastic surgery are actually fun and interesting.
Yeah. Well, you've said that this new season is going to be crazy. The cases have gotten, here's the quote, totally out of control. What's the case that stands out to you the most this season?
Well, for me, buttock augmentation is out of control.
I saw some of that footage, yeah.
Yeah, it's turning out to be really dangerous. And the solution when you have a bad buttock problem is to remove the buttock. So patients are coming in with no buttock or such dramatic buttock deformities, and we have a bikini model on this season who makes her living modeling bikinis. And she came in with a destroyed buttock and said, "You've got to fix this."
Destroyed because of bad surgery?
Because of bad surgery.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And so then you have to remove.
And so you've got to find a way to reconstruct a buttock and get her back to where she was. And we're basically a lot of the times making up things, using surgical principles to do things in a unique way that have never been described before.
My gosh.
Yeah, you guys are up to 5 seasons now. I mean, how has the show evolved from that first season?
I mean, what's interesting is, first of all, the first season we had 500 folks try to get on Botched from the casting. Now we have over 10,000.
It's incredible.
Wow.
And then, too, what's different about this season, that's why he said it's out of control, is because a lot of these patients, just like you just saw, had a traumatic incident or born with some genetic deformity. Remember, botched by nature, then botched by plastic surgery after, or just not done the right job. So we're really doing a double whammy on this, and that's why this guy said it's out of control.
Well, what you do in terms of, in a serious note, the way you change people's lives is incredible. But over the course of those seasons, is there a case that stands out to you the most that you just really love the way it played out on the show, or something that?
The woman who had that silicone injected into her face and was basically like the Elephant Man and had all these masses, and we turned her down initially, and then we brought her back the next season. We figured it out, and then they came back. We brought her back another time, and finally she looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the most botched case? Was it that one? Or do you ever get nervous that you're not going to actually be able to fix this problem?
For me, for example, that buttock I was telling you about, I took her to the operating room with a general plan, and I got into the surgery, and I realized this is not going to work. And I had a moment of, on camera, freaking out. I have no solution for this, and then suddenly it just started to happen.
Okay.
Gotta get in the flow and make it work.
What about for you?
Happens all the time, because for me, I'm dealing with skin that is usually not great quality of the nose. And so at the end of the surgery, many of them, the nose starts turning purple. That means the blood supply is not. So at that point, your coronary arteries start to spasm and going, oh, geez. So it's like that for about a good week to 2 weeks to find out, is the skin going to live?
Yeah.
And that's like a routine thing that So I'm getting used to it a little bit. But that is something that, just imagine if the skin dies like this guy.
Right.
Jim, if you look at his nose,
dark,
and then it dies.
A nose falling off in the shower, going down the drain just like a nipple, is not cute. I
Not
just want to
cute.
say it's not cute.
That's not a cute thing. Not a good look. Not a good moment.
He had to throw that levity in that stupid joke in there. He has to.
By the way, you want to know the biggest change of the season?
Yeah.
His social life.
Now you're, yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's it done for him? Wait, Terry, what's it done for him?
So he's now in a committed relationship, finally, thank goodness. But she's beautiful. She's amazing. She's also 28.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
So wait, what's what? Age is just a number, right?
That's right. It's just a number.
Does he give you lots of grief
How
for
did
that,
you
obviously?
meet?
Well, of course he does, especially social media interviews. He'll make some, stupid comment again.
But what did
and
she
he'll
do
embarrass me, but of course it is. But she's fantastic.
What did she do the first
Wonderful.
time she saw your teeth in the glass?
See?
Did she flip
Wait, I do
out?
want to know, how did you guys meet?
I met at a medical meeting
Okay.
in Las Vegas.
What's she make of his riffing? She doesn't care.
She does laugh at it, but of course, like anyone else, this guy, he bullies me a lot.
Okay.
I do not.
And do her and Heather get along?
So,
More importantly.
You know what? We've been so busy that
We do need to get together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that's the issue. Is Newport Beach, Beverly Hills? It's hard.
It's a long way away. All right. Well, bring them all on a trip one time. Come back here and we'll see how it goes. But you guys talked about this. All the applications you get, you have to turn people down.
Yes.
What's the phenomenon that's going on here? Is it just an increase in general people being interested in plastic surgery overall?
Yeah, but that keeps happening. And
Right.
remember, everyone has. Well, here's what's new. Is we've opened casting internationally.
Oh.
So we're actually
Different
seeing
standards
patients, and
overseas.
but that means now from our, what is it, 280 million? How many people we have in the United States? Now we've opened up to the entire world.
Yeah.
So that's what's actually
But
increasing.
as doctors' insurance reimbursements have gone down, they make less money. Untrained doctors are taking weekend courses in plastic surgery more and more to try to make cash.
Just like the side hustle.
And so
it's not even a-
rheumatologists are doing, liposuction.
Gosh. The show tweeted out, let's look at this adorable picture of the two of you. Captioned it, quote, because two plastic surgeons are better than one. What's going on here? Look at it. It seems like you're gelling well together, at least at that moment.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
Remember, we have for 19 years.
Yeah.
I mean, I love
you know.
this guy. There's so much of him to love that how could you not?
Yeah,
No,
because you give him a hard time sometimes. What's your favorite thing about him?
he's sweet. He's just the sweetest guy in the world.
Oh.
What's
And
the best?
Yeah.
What's the best? Oh, there we go. What's the best thing about Terry?
I'll tell you one thing. No. It's actually, there's numerous things. I would say, if anything, he's very compassionate. I mean, the thing is, and we've been friends for 19 years, and I will tell you one thing. When I was going through some hard times, especially when I got divorced and stuff, and I was, really down, and I need someone to talk to and actually be there, that's when you know you have your real friends. And he was there for me.
Yeah.
That's it. That's more than anything. When you're in need. Remember, everyone's there all the time, but when you need somebody and there's something going on, that's when you have your real friends.
That's really great. I love hearing that, actually. That's really nice.
I've got to ask about this because Jeremy's obsessed with
you
Dr.
can
Pimple
answer
Popper. Do you guys know Dr. Pimple Popper?
We don't.
Obsessed.
I've never even watched.
Come on.
So you're a fan.
Go get ready.
Could you see a collaboration in some way?
Well, we're fans, except we're also a little bit jealous. You know why? We put our lives, our reputation at risk doing the hardest plastic surgery in the world. She shows up and goes like this. And it's like this huge hit.
Well, there's something really satisfying about it, but I feel like there's a similar voyeuristic quality between the two shows.
Yes.
Right? Like we get an inside look into what you guys are doing. She shows us that too. I don't know. It's my dream to have you all do one big thing together.
Well, she can pop my zits anyway.
There you go. It's out there.
So, Terry, when you and Heather were here last time, you talked about your new house.
Yes.
So, Paul, have you been there? Have you had the chance to check it out?
Oh yeah, I have. That's an absolutely gorgeous house. I'm actually doing now what they're doing.
Oh, you are?
I'm
You knocked his
actually,
house
but not.
down.
Yeah, I knocked my house down. We just started construction. So since he's been there, done that, I've been, constantly asking him for advice.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm doing mine now too.
All right, we want pics of the big group date, all four of you.
Yep.
Make it happen.
Ladies, the whole thing. Thank you for being here, guys.
Thank
it's really good to talk to you
you.
as always. You can watch Botched every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern on E! And coming up tomorrow, it's getting heated. We're going to be joined by Kayla Quinn to recap all the drama about to go down on tonight's episode of The Bachelor. These two men love this show, I'm certain.
We do.
Plus, Jazz Jennings is here filling us in on the new season of her groundbreaking show, I Am Jazz. Be sure to tune in for that. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Frankie Grande.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Frankie Grande, and this is One Last Thing. My last big splurge was to get custom costumes made for my one-man show and completely bedazzle them in rhinestones. But I needed to. They were Swarovski. The last time that I laughed so hard I cried was on my grandmother's birthday when my mother bought my grandmother cupcakes that she thought had mint leaves on the top as decorations, and they were marijuana leaves. I cried. Literally, I cried. There was no marijuana in the cupcakes, though, so it was okay. And my last family vacation was to Walt Disney World. I spent the most amazing time with my mom under Cinderella's castle in the Magic Kingdom, and it was just a wonderful time. Bye! Peace!